Hi students. So today we will be solving the problem transportation model. So solve the transportation problem using NWCR, that is northwest corner rule, or we can say northwest corner method, NWCM also. And second method LCM, then row minima and column minima method. We will try to solve by the four methods here. So we will solve the same problem by different four methods. This is a problem. So sources here, source S1, S2, S3. So these are the sources, and destination D1, D2, D3 and D4. So source 1 supplies 7, source 2 supplies 9, source 3 supplies 18. Similarly, destination D1, D2, D3, D4 demands are 5, 8, 7, 4. So first condition is to check the problem is balanced or not. So that is the important condition. The problem must be balanced. So balance means nothing but supply is equal to demand. So first we will check the supply. So here supply is equal to total supply is 34, as well as if you check the demand, so demand is also 34. So here supply and demand matches, so this is a balanced problem. So we can solve the problem by northwest corner method first, and then we will solve by the least cost method and row minima and column minima method. So first method, that is northwest corner rule method or northwest corner method. Now here first we are giving the allocation at northwest corner. So here north side, this is south, this is east and west side. So first we will give the allocation at northwest corner. So here 19 is a northwest corner. So here supply is 7 but demand of that destination is 5. So we can fulfill the demand. We will give the maximum 5 here. So this demand is fulfilled 0, and from 7 we have taken the 5, so remaining supply is a 2. Now here this column becomes 0. So this column becomes 0. So we will cross this column, or I will draw the line over this column. So now from the remaining matrix, now this is a remaining matrix. So in this remaining matrix we will give the allocation at northwest corner. So 30 here in this case is a northwest corner. So for 30 supply is a 2 and demand is 8. So we will give the supply 2 here. So supply given 2, so remaining 6 demand, and here supply is finished, so it will become 0. So when this row is becoming 0, we will cross this row. Now from the remaining matrix, now 30, 40, 60, 8, 70, 20, this matrix is remaining, and in which northwest corner is a 30. So where supply is 9 and demand is a 6. So we will fulfill the demand of 6 here, and it will become demand is fulfilled 0, and here from 9 we have taken 6, so remaining is 3. Now this column is again becoming the 0, so we will cross this column. Then from the remaining matrix, again we will give the allocation at northwest means at 40. So here supply is 3, demand is 7. So we will provide 3 here. So 4 is remaining demand, and here 3 becomes 0. Again we will cross this. And now from remaining matrix means 70 and 20 is remaining. So here 18 is the supply and 4 is the demand. So we will fulfill this 4 demand. So here demand becomes 0. Here remaining 14. And finally at last location 14 is the supply as well as 14 is a demand. So we will fulfill this demand. So these are the allocations here we have given. Now we have to calculate the initial basic feasible solution. So initial basic feasible solution we can calculate from, so 5 products supplied by the cost of 19. So here 19 into 5 plus 2 products by 30 rupees cost, 30 into 2 plus 30 into 6 plus 40 into 3 plus 70 into 4 plus 20 into 14. So these are the cost and the supply sources, you can say. So here this total cost, if you make the calculations, you will get the total cost 1015. So this is a initial basic feasible solution. 1015 rupees is the total transportation cost by the, can say, the northwest corner method. So this is solution by the northwest corner method. Now we will solve this by the second method is a least. Next method is a least cost method. Second we will solve the problem by the least cost method. So here in the least cost method, first we will give the allocation at the least cost from all the matrix. So we will check from this all the matrix value, this cost value. So 19, 30, 50, 10. So from these all these value, first we will give the allocation at the minimum cost. So here in this case the minimum cost is a 8. So first we will give the allocation at this cost. Okay, so here supply is 18 and demand is 8, so we can fulfill this demand 8, so this demand is fulfilled, it becomes 0, and from 18 we have used 8, so remaining is a 10. Now this column is becoming 0, so we will cross this column. Okay. And then from the remaining matrix, once again now we will check the minimum value. So from the remaining matrix, next minimum value is here 10. So here we will give the allocation where supply is 7 and demand is 14. We will give the 7 here. So demand 7 is fulfilled, 7 is remaining, and supply total 7 is used. Now this row becoming 0, so we will cross this row. Now from the remaining all the values, here we will check the minimum value. So next minimum value is here 20, 60, 40, 70. So 20 is a next minimum where supply is 10 and demand is a 7. So we will give the 7 demand here. So this demand is fulfilled, and from the supply we have used 7. So remaining supply is a 3. Now this column becomes 0. So we will cross this column. Now from the remaining matrix, now here 70, 40, 40, 70. So minimum value is here 40, but 40 at the 2 location. Here it is also 40, here it is also 40. Now in this case, we have to check where we can give the maximum allocation. Now for example, for we consider, suppose we consider this 40, then here supply is 3 and demand is a 5. So in this case 40, supply is 3 and demand is 5. So we will give the maximum allocation 3 for this 40. If we consider this 40, so supply is a 9 and demand is a 7. So we will give the 7. So here we will consider this 40 because here we can give the maximum allocation. So here we will provide the 7. So this will become 0, and from 9 7 is used, so remaining is a 2. Now this is becoming 0, so we will cross this. Now from the remaining 2 value, next minimum is 40, so where supply is 3 and demand is 5, so we can give the 3 here. So demand is fulfilled, 3 demand is fulfilled, 2 is remaining, and supply is totally used. Now only one value is left, that is a 70. So where supply is 2 and demand is 2, so it can fulfill, supply is 2 and demand is 2. So this is a solution by the least cost method. In least cost method we are giving with the least cost. Now we can calculate the initial basic feasible solution for this problem. So here 7 products are supplied by the 10 rupees cost. So 10 into 7 plus 70 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 40 into 3 plus 8 into 8 plus 20 into 7. So if you make these calculations, so you will get the answer. So 7 into 10, 70 plus 140 plus 280 plus 120 plus 64 plus 140. If you make the addition of this, you will get the answer 814 rupees. So this is a initial basic feasible solution by using the least cost method. We got the answer by the northwest corner 1015, but with the least cost method we get the answer 814. So next we will solve the problem by the next method, row minima and column minima method. So in the row minima, first we will solve with the row minima, and then we will solve with the column minima. So this is similar to the least cost method. So in the row minima, we are considering first row. In the first row, we are looking for the minimum value. So in the first row, minimum value is 10. So we will give at that location. So here 7 is the supply, 14 is demand. So we can give the 7. So this supply is fulfilled, demand is remaining 7. So this becomes 0. So we will cross the row. Then coming to the next row. In the next row, minimum value is a 30. So we will give the allocation here. So 9 is the supply, 8 is demand. So we can give maximum 8. So this can fulfill. 1 is supply remaining. So this column becomes 0. So we will cross the column, but the row remaining as it is. So we will go for next minimum value. So next minimum value is now here 40. So where supply is 1, demand is 7. So we will give the 1 here. So this supply is fulfilled, demand is remaining 6. Now this row is cancelled. Now similarly we will go for a third row. In the third row, minimum value is 20, where 18 is the supply but 7 is the demand. So we will provide 7 here. So this will become 0 and remaining 11. Now this column is cancelled. And now next minimum is 40. So 11 5, we will give 5 here. Here it becomes 0. Here it is remaining 6. And now this we will cross this column. Now 70 is value remaining, 6 is the supply and 6 is the demand. So we will give the 6 value here. So this demand is fulfilled and supply is fulfilled. So we can calculate the initial basic feasible solution for this. 10 into 7 plus 30 into 8 plus 40 into 1 plus 5 into 40 plus 70 into 6 plus 20 into 7. So this is your initial basic feasible solution by the row minima method. Similar way you can use for the column minima method. So in that we are looking for the column. So I will use the here allocations directly. I will write the allocations. So allocations are 7, 9 and 18 is the allocation. Then 5, 8, 7 and 14. So we will see by the column minima method. So in this case now we are looking for the first column. So in the first column minimum value, is a 19. So where supply is 7, demand is 5, so we will fulfill demand 5. Where it becomes 0, remaining is a 2. Now this becomes 0, so we will cross this column. Then we will go for a next column. In the next column 8 is the smallest value. 8 is the smallest value where supply is 18, demand is 8. So we can fulfill this demand 8 and here supply remaining 10. So now again this column becomes 0, so we will cross this column. Then we are going for the next column. In the next column 40 is the minimum value where supply is 9, demand is 7. So we will fulfill here 7 demand, so this will become 0 and 2 is the supply remaining. So again this column becomes 0, so we will cross this column. In the last column now 10 is the smallest value where supply is a 2. We will give 2 supply here. From this 14 2 we have used, so 12 is the demand left. This 2 becomes 0. Now this row we will cross because it becomes 0. Now next minimum is 20 where 10 is the supply and 12 is demand. We will give the 10 here. So here 2 demand left and supply is total use. And then only one value is left, 60. So 2 is the supply, 2 is demand. So we will give the 2 here. So this is by the column minima method in which we are giving the first allocation in the column with the minimum cost. So if you calculate the initial basic feasible solution for this, so that will be 10 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 60 into 2 plus 8 into 8 plus 10 into 20. So that will be the initial basic feasible solution for this problem by using the column minima method. So in this problem we have seen the row minima, column minima, then least cost method and northwest corner rule. The same problem with the different methods.